Welcome to Capstone, and congratulations everyone, you have finally made it. As many of you know, my name is John O'Malley. I will be your instructor for Capstone, and I want to first, before we even go into what Capstone is say congratulations. 2 years of hard work. Many of you have come from all different parts of the world, and you are finally here. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for you to really put together everything that you have known, learned, gained while here at New York University. So some Capstone expectations. Number one, what do you want to do? And that's always the daunting question that many of you ask me, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if you will accept it. Well, the best thing is select a topic that you think, quite frankly, there's a problem and you be the solution. Okay? We recognize that many people going forward with their capstone aren't going to do it right away, but that doesn't mean that you can't come up with an idea. But let me just caution you a little bit. Just saying I'm going to create an app isn't going to cut it, and putting things in boxes every month and sending it, that idea is losing its steam. So that's part of the daunting process. But you are a marketing student coming from one of the most prestigious universities in the world, and quite frankly, your job is to help figure out organizations how to grow. That's part of the challenge. So what is Capstone? In a lot of ways, Capstone is what the description of the course sounds like. You write a business plan of an idea with all the sections on it. Now that sounds daunting at first, and for many of you, you really have and will struggle with certain sections on it. And that's okay. That's what the process of Capstone does. It breaks down each of these sections into much more manageable sections, and you work on that accordingly. If you try to do it all at once, it just becomes a mess. So don't go that way. The second thing that I think becomes important is the collaborative process between me and you and your peers, you to your peers back. So part of the whole Capstone experience is very much a workshop. And what it's doing is I don't teach you Capstone, I facilitate Capstone. You give and get feedback from your peers as they sit and watch you give your presentation. And it could be somewhere from 2 to 5 minutes every other week, each week, it doesn't matter. And as you gain that, what's happening is you are gaining confidence in your presentation skills. I will teach you how to make it better. I guarantee it, because that's what I do well. And when you finally do it in front of a panel, you will be much more confident. I'm not going to say you're not going to be nervous, but you're going to be much more confident. Another thing that I really want to be able to do and address it up front is overcoming your fear and self-doubt. Nobody has ever failed our Capstone class. Doesn't mean that a few people haven't gray hair, including me, going through the process with you. But what it really means is don't fear it. You're in marketing. You have to be able to overcome adversity. You have to have a sense of grit, resilience, whatever. And what you do is you work through the process. You begin to realize certain sections and holes that you have in perhaps your skill set begins to get filled out. And when you begin to really put it together, you will feel such a sense of elation. One of the things, and I think this is important to really tell you, is I look at Capstone as building an interview portfolio of you. What I really, really want to emphasize is that one of the best ways to look at Capstone is to think that at the conclusion of this, can you present this to a potential employer? Because after all, what is your ultimate grade? Getting full-time employment. The Capstone course grade is nothing. What it is, it's about getting a job that you want. How do you get there? By, quite frankly, demonstrating that you have the skills that a potential employer wants. That's what Capstone does. That's the way I'm going to approach it. So at the end of it, you now, on an interview, can turn around and show a prospective employer, this is what I am capable of doing. If you don't want to work, in effect, what is that saying to you about employment? And that's how I have to look at this. So if you're ready to begin, let's begin, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.